How come it's always, aren't you afraid being alone as a female on the road or in the woods? What about bears? What about mice getting in your van? Why is it always all these questions about fear and not how have you overcome the need to live by societal's expectations? How have you overcome the fears you face in life? How have you learned to be comfortable with the unknown? Why is it always that the people that seem to live in fear feel the need to project that onto others instead of looking for guidance from those living free on how they might be able to do so themselves? Because I personally don't believe you can live free if you're living in fear. And so yeah, it's something I've been thinking about a lot on this drive north. I'm now in the mountainous region of northern BC. I am very excited to continue up. Every city is behind me. It's going to be quiet, full of nature and wilderness. So it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to sharing with you the things I am actually afraid of and how I've overcome so many of the other ones. But first, I'm on my way to check out a waterfall. That waterfall was really nice. I stayed at one last night also that I've stayed at many times before, which was absolutely spectacular, especially because this time I got to fly my drone for the first time there. I'd never had a drone on previous passings. Yeah, that was really fun. And now I'm just here at this lookout over town. I'm just gonna wander about and see what other views I can see. I have driven up to the Yukon twice before. Both times I took this route up and down. So I've passed by here 4 times and I've never gone to Stewart. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna side quest over to Stewart Hider and see what that's about and check out the glacier there. I've heard it's pretty spectacular from the road. We did not make it far down the road before stopping again. There's a lake here, so I wanted to let Frank out to stretch his legs and have a pee and I'm just working on slowing down, taking it all in. I've been feeling like I've been rushing from camp spot to camp spot to beat the crowds to camp, and there just isn't crowds up here right now, and so I need to adjust to going slower and that the days are getting long. It's, you know, light out till 11 or later now at my destination. It'll probably be light out past 11, so there's really no rush to get there. I can take all day. There's 3 hours of driving ahead, and you know, if it takes 6 hours, that's totally fine. And that's bear cubs playing on the road. Thanks, Frank. You're so cute. Your little grumbles. I am very glad that I decided to do this detour. The drive has been amazing. It's been so pretty. It's been so nice to be back in the mountains and to feel the cool air. And there was this great roadside stop at this glacier. So I spent a bit of time there enjoying it, but it was quite windy. And then, yeah, we just continued on, and I found a place to camp here at this lake. And we're the only ones here. It's really quiet. There's tons of birds. It's beautiful. The air is fresh. And I think I might spend all day tomorrow just resting here, an impromptu rest day. I wasn't planning to take a rest day, but I've just been growing really tired the past couple days. And there is something that I do fear, and that is losing the willpower to fight the intrusive thoughts that I struggle with. I don't think I've ever talked about this publicly, but I deal with some intrusive thoughts, particularly while driving, and it takes a lot of mental discipline and strength at times to ignore them, and when I'm tired, it is extra bad. So halfway through today's drive, I pulled over and I took a 2-hour nap, just because I needed it, and it's just harder when I'm really tired to ignore these like thoughts. So it was really good to have a nap. I felt much better after. Now that I'm here, I'm very excited. There's no mosquitoes, but there's black flies all over. And I don't like them because I sometimes swell extremely bad from them. So anyways, I'm just gonna deal with it because I want to cook a nice dinner. You're so cute, Frank. Alright, dinner was delicious. I don't actually often buy mushrooms, but they're really good sauteed. It's like 10 now, and it's still light out. It's cloudy, but it's still full cloudy daylight. So, yeah, I have to get used to not waiting until it's dark to go to bed, or I won't sleep for a long time. So I'm gonna just cuddle with Frank now. Yeah, bud. Maybe get you a treat. Yeah, that's for you. Go ahead. You're too polite, Frank. It has been a cold and rainy day here. I am so happy about it. I'm wearing a long sleeve and a fleece, and it's been just the nicest rest day possible. A couple people have come by, and somebody in like a RV just parked over there, but nobody's driven by us. It's been really quiet, and yeah, just so beautiful how lush it is here. I was not expecting it to be so coastal in vibe, but it's very wet, and there's lots of plants that I associate with the coast down south. So it's been just a nice time to just hang out in the van and just enjoy the ambiance here. Something about it feels so correct for this environment. But I'm going to make some soup. I don't want to hang around outside in the rain, even though it's just light on and off, and it's keeping the mosquitoes away. I'm having an inside day. So I'm gonna dig into these noodles, the rice ramen. I'm gonna add some dulse to it. I'm not sure if that was in focus. and some sesame oil, and put that all in a pot of water I will boil and make noodles. It's like instant ramen, but from scratch, but still instant. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Got my co-pilot here ready to roll. I have been sitting in the front seat here for way too long, more than an hour, just watching the town happen, watching people go by. So I've decided to stop at this glacier just one more time on my way out, and that is fresh snow on the mountains. While I was getting rained on, it was snowing. Okay, it is really cold out there. I'm not surprised because the fresh snow is not that far up, but it's like winter in the Gulf Islands cold, and it is June, so the amount of difficulty I feel in my heart leaving so quickly is a sign I've found somewhere special to me. But that leads me to something I kind of fear, which is never settling down. I enjoy my life on the road, but I don't necessarily want to live like this forever. I have a desire for a certain type of life in a house, puttering, building things, fixing things, growing things, creating things, writing, making soup by the fire. And I can't allow myself to do that until I find a place that feels right. And a part of me fears that I'll never find somewhere I want to be. And I really, really want to be somewhere. So it's a little bit heartbreaking all the time to not feel like there's anywhere that feels like where I'm meant to be. And I'm worried that I'll choose somewhere and 4 months later I'll want to leave and not be there. So that is a big reason why I live this way, is I'm searching for a home and I don't know where it is yet. And I just hope that someday I'll find it. And I do fear they'll never find somewhere that feels like I want home to feel. The drive through BC is incredibly long and, to the untrained eye, also rather monotonous. It is trees, lots and lots of trees, and the occasional mountain, and even then most of the mountains start to kind of look the same. And many people might find this boring, but once I leave towns behind and it's just wilderness and villages, that's when I start to really enjoy the drive, because my imagination can just go wild. What would you do if you woke up from a 4-hour nap at 10 p.m.? I went for a walk. It is 11 p.m. now. It is daylight. It's just that sunset time. Yeah. It has been a very long, weird, wonderful day. It kind of felt like I went through a series of portals, and now I'm in the Boreal, where I will be for the rest of summer. I very much enjoy the Boreal forest. It spans the northern part of the entire globe, so it is very similar to what you'd see in anywhere that's light out this time of day, no matter where you are on the planet, which is really cool. But yeah, the day started out nice. It was sunny, there was fresh snow in the mountains. It was absolutely beautiful driving, just like enjoying the trees and the lakes and the mountains. And then it started to like cloud over and become less nice as I continued north. And it got really cold, and there was snow on the side of the road, and then there was like snow on the road. There's a couple inches of fresh snow from the night before. Yeah, I just like wasn't expecting. I've been through here this time of year twice now. Once 2 weeks later, once like 2 weeks earlier, and both times was definitely like summer feel. So it's pretty interesting how it's just like winter. Sorry, there's like this one mosquito. There we go. There's really not many for mosquitoes out right now. But yeah, then I continued, and it slowly got clearer and nicer and more views of the mountains. And then I stopped at Jade City. I couldn't resist. I had a look around. I had passed by many times before, and this time I decided to get a piece of jade for my van. So I got a display slab to put by my desk. So I'm really stoked on that. And then leaving there, it started to get quite nice. The lakes are very beautiful in this area, but it is so nice to be in all these aspens. I think they're aspen trees. And there was tons of beautiful flowers on the road, and there's lupin everywhere, and it has just been such a wonderful walk. But yeah, I'm staying at this provincial park here called Boyle Lake, and I've stopped in before. I always wanted to camp here, so I'm camping here for 2 nights. I'm going to take a rest day tomorrow, and I had gotten a headache earlier today, and it kind of got worse and worse. I was driving, and then as I was setting up here, it started to turn into a migraine, and I hit like emergency shutdown mode, and then I had to put on my blackout face mask and like go to bed. And so I slept for like 4 hours. I woke up and it was like the sun was just setting and pretty much everyone's in bed. There's like one camp up having a fire still. So Frank was like ready to get up and do stuff. So I've just come for a walk. I'm gonna go see what Frank wants to do, because like, I don't know, my sleep schedule is officially gone. It's non-existent, and I want to spend a lot of my summer in this time of day and being awake through the night. So I think I'm going to turn into a biphasic sleeper with 2 long naps. I don't know. I'll just see what happens. Honestly, I don't have a plan. I'm just going with the flow, and I'll sleep when I'm tired or my body says I need to. And I'll go do stuff when it's a nice time to do stuff. But yeah, I still have some lingering migraine feelings, but it's been really nice to get out in this really gentle lighting, and it's quite quiet. Yeah, and I'm still adjusting to hiking without Frank and being actually fully alone. So I do have my bear spray. It's here. And yeah, I've been talking a little bit out loud just to like not spook anything, but yeah, I don't want to let the fear of encountering a bear stop me from enjoying my time out here. So I'm just doing it slightly less comfortable than I would have with Frank, and I'll get
through it, and once I encounter a few bears all alone, I'll be more comfortable. But it also helps knowing the bear density of different areas. So I grew up on Vancouver Island, and BC on average has 160 black bears per 1,000 kilometers, whereas the Yukon averages 20 black bears per 1,000 kilometers. So BC averages 8 times more black bears than the Yukon, and throughout BC, Vancouver Island was the densest population, so it would be even higher than that. And that's where I grew up, and it's not a problem. What I didn't grow up with on Vancouver Island is grizzly bears, and they're quite a bit larger, and their claws are way bigger. And so I am definitely more cautious of them. I've only encountered a couple on foot. I've seen more from vehicles, but yeah, they have a tendency to be more aggressive. And so in BC, there's black bears. This is their density chart throughout BC and maybe the Yukon. Yeah, and the Yukon averages, I think, like 10 to 20. I know that coming north, there's not actually like more bears than the places I normally hang out. There's actually less bears per 1,000 square kilometers on average than where I normally hang out. And there's definitely going to be areas that I will go that will have more than other areas I'll hang out. And I'll be aware of that. And I'll keep my wits about me, and I don't listen to music. And I just have to face it. And it also helps knowing that cities are way more dangerous. You're way more likely to have something horrible happen in a town or like a city with people. People are much more dangerous than bears, honestly. And so I feel pretty safe out here. And I don't want to be eaten by a bear, but if a bear eats me, then that's just what's happening. And I'd rather be bear food than a lot of other things at the end of the day. So I just accept that. And it's so nice out here that I'm glad that I can just come be a little uncomfortable anyways. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to camp and drink some water. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm looking forward to tomorrow though, when it's bright out and hoping to go paddling. Hi, buddy. I love you. I'm sorry, the path was not chariot friendly. Oh, I know. Frankie, it is time for a new life segment. It's called Midnight Treat Time. You seem very stoked about it. Yeah, that's it. It's midnight, you get treats. We're up at midnight, you get treats now. I think Frank likes midnight treat time. What do you guys think? There you can see the window tint makes it quite a bit darker in here. You can't really see out those ones because the distance. But yeah, it's not gonna get dark tonight. It didn't get dark last night. It got twilight, but I could still see when I went outside the whole night, and I actually was up until it started to get brighter. But inside with the tint, it seemed dark last night, but it'll be brighter tonight. So yeah, it's interesting times. I haven't put the front shade yet on. I'll use that when I want to sleep, like during the day, I think. But I have a pretty good blackout sleep mask. It's really helpful. So this video covered 750 kilometers of northbound travel, plus the 60 kilometers each way side questing to Stewart. There was an option from Stewart to go into the US and to go see this other glacier, but there was snow on the road. It was impassable. and it was muddy because it was raining, and I had a lot of produce, so I didn't go into the US. So that's someday in the future. Also in the future is the second part of this video, because this was just part one. I tried to fit too much in one video, and it would be really, really, really long if I put the second part in. And since they're so different visually, I've just decided to end this video here, which I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will come back and enjoy the second part of this video, which is beautiful, stunning, the most incredible paddling experience of my life, with some really neat wildlife encounters and further deeper discussion to this kind of topic of fear. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, then subscribing will help you come enjoy the next video. But with that said, I have decided, in celebration of summer, to do a flash sale on my store. So from the moment this video launched, for 72 hours ending at this day and time, I will have a sale on my shop. No code needed. I'm just going to mark it down on the shop. Up in the shop, I have the original 4-inch Frank sticker, as well as the 3-inch clear backing one. I have some variations on my logo stickers, including 2 holographic ones. I have the new Paw series, and I also have sticker packs, as well as a couple of those in magnet form. And fairly new, I have this postcard set. It is 5 postcards from the Tide line to the Alpine, and they're very thick gloss photography, so you can put them up as like affordable wall art. So all that's going to be marked down for 72 hours if you want to get your hands on some of that, and I will be shipping it out from somewhere very cool, literally and figuratively. But yeah, with that said, a huge thank you to patrons. I got a cute clip of Frank to send you off on your way, and I'll see you very soon with part 2 of this video.